Hello, you're listening to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Brandon Elliott. This show will be going over all aspects of real estate investing and is intended to educate, motivate, and prepare you to take action on your first or next real estate investment. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Thank you for listening and enjoy.
Welcome back, everyone, to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Elliott. I am very excited to be here. We are actually in Tulum, Mexico. So if you guys don't know where that is, I'm sure you guys have heard of Cancun, Mexico. It's on the East Coast. Beautiful, beautiful spot, amazing location in Mexico that we just fell in love with years ago. And we just had our event in this area in Tulum at a beautiful Hilton, brand new resort in Hilton, all inclusive for Credit Counsel Elite. And it was just next level amazing. I couldn't have been more proud of everybody for playing full out. There was truthfully like transformation that happened here. There was amazing speakers. There was just amazing breakthroughs. There was business deals being made, partnerships being made, intimacy with significant others. There were just bonding experiences, amazing adventures people went on. There was Sal and Daryl, they ended up getting engaged during, like, this is type of atmosphere that we created here. The boat day going out on there and just everything, we played all out. There was amazing communication and networking throughout the whole time. So I just couldn't be more impressed by the 60 plus people that showed up, played all out, gave it their all, and were vulnerable, were full transparent, got tremendous breakthroughs for themselves, for their business, and just growing for their family. We identified that we are all like the black sheep in our families, right? Because not everybody shows up to something like this. Not everybody, invests in themselves or participates or listens to podcasts like this, right? To get the motivation and the energy that they need to be able to take on the day. So I just want to shout out to everybody that showed up, played all out, and we're still here. We're still here doing it because we just fell in love with this area. So we got our stay extended twice now. And what's funny is every time I call the airlines, American Airlines, to extend our flights, it ends up being cheaper and we get a credit of a couple $100. And I'm like, oh my God, I paid next to nothing for the tickets originally. Now I'm just keep on getting hundreds and hundreds back. It's hilarious. So anyway, so we'll be coming back this coming Saturday, but man, oh man, I can't brag enough about how amazing this trip was. And it was all in vision. Like, I hope it doesn't come off cocky in any way, but like we anticipated this, like we prayed for this. We were declaring this like well in advance. This is the vision that we saw unfold, and just nobody else knew about it, right? Like nobody else knew what we were planning and mixing up in the kitchen to make it work, right? So it wasn't too much of a shocker for us, for Jen and I, but it was the satisfaction that we needed of like, because you never know, as an entrepreneur trying new things, trying to get 60 plus people in a room to make sure that everybody's happy, all hunky-dory, and people aren't miserable or having any issues. Like there's a lot of things that can be out of our control, and to get everybody leading them in a certain path to be able to get the breakthroughs that they deserve, it takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of team, a lot of fun things, a lot of fires behind the scenes that we were putting out on a regular basis. But I wouldn't change it for the world. It was a complete breakthrough, an amazing opportunity for everybody. We also raised, I believe it's almost $36,000. $36,000 we raised for building new homes for families in Baja, Mexico with Journey to Refuge. And that nonprofit is amazing. I support Candace and everything that she's got going on. And Journey to Refuge has given us the opportunity to partner with them to be able to bless them. And that means that with the $36,000 that we were able to raise, that literally means we're building 3 homes for people that needed it. Right? Like, oh my God, I can't even stress the fact of like, that's just a huge accomplishment that I'm very, very proud of everybody that participated and gave. Like every single person in that room that showed up was giving, that like they pulled from their heart. Some people went all in, others, still stretched. And there's always a compound effect. There's always a ripple effect that comes back from that. So man, I just can't imagine, building a home for somebody that needs it, like a good family that needs it, that has jobs and so forth, but then come back to nothing and they need something because of tough times. Like this is going to be life transformational for the parents, but also the kids and just everything else in between. And I just couldn't be more excited. But with all this being said, it all starts off with the mindset, right? It starts off, and not enough people talk about this. I mean, there's mindset, coaches and gurus out there, and I don't want to discredit them, but I know I personally didn't. I personally didn't notice how important the mindset is to being able to like really take territory, to hit all your goals and dreams. That's what I titled this, hitting your goals and dreams, because we all have goals and dreams. And if you don't any longer, it's because you've been disappointed so many times and you've given up on yourself for goals and dreams. And let's just be very blunt, vulnerable, and transparent on this situation. Like we all start off as little kids with goals and dreams, and sometimes they're astronomically like crazy, weird. Like, when I was a little boy, I wanted to build a plane and fly it. But guess what? The plane, I wanted it to be out of cardboard boxes, like we were building little forts and everything with cardboard boxes and blankets and everything. So I was straight up building a plane out of cardboard boxes. And so just crazy things like this, that just being innovative and having some experimental stuff in your mind to try new things, right? And over time, sometimes we lose that as adults and we start moving away from the exciting stuff of the goals and dreams that we want to accomplish. And we just start getting into survival mode, right? Survival mode is, it's a weak and vulnerable position to be in. And the devil wants to keep you in those positions so that it will really hold you back from your full potential, like who you are called to be. You don't want to pass away when it's our time that God calls us up and like we're standing face to face with him. And he says like, hey, turn around and meet the man or the woman that I called you to be. It should be a reflection of yourself. It shouldn't be a completely opposite person that you've never seen before, that you've never like saw two different people in the mirror. That would be a horrible experience, right? So if you're called to do big and badass things in this world, and not everybody is, but there's something unique about you that is very crucial. It's very important to be able to do something. Okay. And it may just be helping somebody out next to you. It might just be, bumping knuckles or giving the positive energy to somebody that needs it at the right time. Right. It could be some creative, breakthrough. It could be creating a new app. It could be just anything. It could be finances. It could be health. It could be mindset related. It could be anything. It could be podcasts. It could be traveling, whatever it is, educating. It could be speaking. It really doesn't matter. But what matters is you identifying what those goals and dreams are and the fresh downloads that you're getting and what you're truly called to be, you acknowledging what those things are, that you don't let them die off, and that you really hone into them and the importance of them so that you can succeed with it and that you can accomplish it, right? So I feel like over time, it's like two different categories. It's either you have no idea what your goals and dreams are anymore because you're in that survival stuck mode. And so we want to break this off as soon as possible so that you can get back to the goals dreaming, get optimistic again and break off the pessimistic stuff so that you can actually, the chains are broken off and you can actually get to where you want to go. But then if you're in that other category of, hey, I have goals and dreams, I'm a very big creative type of person. I have big, huge goals that I want to accomplish. I'm just not hitting any of them. And it's deteriorating, your soul, your positive energy, and it's chipping at you each and every day. Like that's a tough and very heartbreaking situation to be in as well, because you're on your verge to totally dying out with those goals and dreams, and you don't want to be in that position. So how do we actually be able to, once you acknowledge what the situation is and where you're at in one of those categories, how do we overcome it? How do we get past the problems? And I believe it always starts with mindset. And just like I was saying originally, like I didn't realize how important mindset was, but deep down, if I really am transparent and honest with you, I went through tremendous amounts of mindset and breakthroughs on my own independently before I ever hit any type of level of success, or not even of success, of just getting my ass out of the bad, shitstorm that I was in, to be very blunt with you. The messes and the experiences that I was putting myself in was going down a wrong path and putting me in a wrong spotlight that I didn't want to be in. That wasn't my calling. That wasn't going to fulfill me in the long run. It wouldn't suit who I am called to be. So once I got past that and from the mindset, I realized, okay, well, now I'm just going about life, right? And then over time, it turned into, okay, now I got goals, I got dreams again, and I'm not just like keeping up. I'm not just surviving. I'm shooting to thrive. And it comes down to figuring out those goals and dreams and backtracking. Like, what is it truly going to take to get there? But some of the things that I was doing is really just cutting off the negative people around me, the stinking thinking. I needed space from that because I wasn't strong enough to be able to hold the positive energy by myself. I wasn't strong enough to hold that positive mindset if there was other negative people around me. Like, that is very contagious. And they say you have 70, 80,000 thoughts per day. And if 70 or 60,000 of them are actually negative ones, it's like, wow, that's mind blowing. Like, why so much stinking thinking? And it comes down to, there's a lot of nasty stuff out there, right? We're around it each and every way all throughout the day. So some of the things that I was doing is cutting off the bad people. Next, I was really focusing on my education, the podcast, the YouTube, the books I could get myself on, and really just like start adapting good, positive routines, routines that are going to suit me and not actually set me. Like, you want to be set up for success and not set up for failure, right? Like, you don't want to keep on doing the negative activities, partying or drinking or smoking or opposite sex too much if that's not going to suit you, right? Like, you really want to think about, hey, is this going for a jog? Is this going to be helpful, or is it binge watching on TV or playing games right now? Is this there's a time for everything, and moderation for all is important, but really focusing on breaking off the negative bad people, start adapting to new routines that are positive and beneficial. And then afterwards, as you start getting this like little pep to your step and everything, then start really surrounding yourself with the good people that are going to start leveling you up and pushing you to the next level, right? So those are my top three that really started changing me. And it wasn't overnight, unfortunately. Like, as millennials or anybody in this day and age, like, we all want things right now, right now, right? And that just wasn't the case, unfortunately. However, within about 2 years or so, I did see a huge transformational difference, a noticeable difference. People around me started noticing the difference. Old people that, I'm starting to bring back into my life, indoctrinating into my life again, like, they could see the change as well. But the difference is, this time when I hear their opinion, thoughts, or concerns and their feedback, it wasn't bothering me. I wasn't expecting what I originally grew up on of like wanting their acknowledgement or feedback or their approval. Like, a lot of us grow up with that type of, well, I need their approval. I need the yes. I need them to love me or praise me up. When you fall in love with yourself and everything else around you doesn't necessarily matter to a certain degree because you're so comfortable with your own things going on, then you can be in a good state of mind that, you're a powerhouse in all areas. You can make a difference in not just your life. And I believe in this in relationships as well, like significant others. A lot of people, they haven't fallen in love with themselves yet. They have all these baggage, all these issues. They haven't fallen in love with themselves yet. And then therefore they try to put all their baggage and all their problems on another new person in their life because it's fun and they're, all this. If you don't fall in love with yourself, figure out all your issues, all your problems, start breaking them off and working on new good routines, surrounding yourself with good, amazing people that are going to boost you up. You're not in that. If you're not at that point yet, you shouldn't be in relationships. And that's on both sides, because it takes two to tango, and your baggage you're bringing to the table regardless, whether you know it, acknowledge it, or want it, all of it's happening. So make sure that you guys work on yourselves independently and that you're strong enough to be able to love yourself so that you can be strong enough to love others properly. Okay. Well, let's talk about the goals and dreams, right? Like once you start focusing on all these things, I think I see a lot of people just kind of like confused and they don't know. And I believe a lot of that has to do with, I think just the work from the enemy is really powerful right now, trying to, and I don't want to give any power to it, but over the years with like what's going on in our world and everything, there's been power to pushing this confusing mind state and making people feel like they don't know who they are, what they're doing, the clarity, the confusion in schools, like politics, like all this stuff is confusing the hell out of society. And they don't know what they're called to be. Like they don't know necessarily their goals and dreams. But if you still know what you're looking to accomplish, and it's not like, hey, I want to get $1 trillion, but I'm dead broke right now. I believe it comes down to having that realistic expectation, realistic goals, and having smart goals at the end of the day, right? But when you actually have these goals written out, then like, what is it going to take to get there? I believe everybody should start off with mind dumping, right? So you want to mind dump everything that we hold so much up here. And it's crazy. It's crazy because we're getting new information. We're learning, we're teaching, we're helping, we're trying to build businesses. We're talking to sales, like all of these different things. And we keep it all up here instead of writing it out. I think it's so important, so crucial to journal, to write out your goals and dreams, and to just mind dump on a regular basis. I think it's important to really focus on that and be able to have like all your goals and dreams by mind dumping everything that's up here. You could just journal and whatever comes to mind, just write it out. All the things you need to do, all the things that you want to do, all the whatever, like passwords, passcodes, whatever that you have up here that's driving you crazy. It will feel so good just to write it out so that you can start mentally releasing certain things of like, all right, I don't need to keep that up here anymore. Like, I don't need to keep these memories up here anymore. I can release that. So mind dump so that you can mind map. Okay. That's so, so crucial. How are you going to know how to be able to get somewhere if you don't have the map to get there? Right. Like we all want to hit $1 million, right? Or hit success or have your dream home. The same thing as if you're going on a vacation. Like if I want to go to Disneyland or if I want to go back home to New Jersey and I'm going to drive there, like, well, how the hell am I going to get there? We have the end goal in mind, but how are we going to get there is the key component here. We want to backtrack. Okay, how do we get there? And once you actually have everything mind dumped on a piece of paper and everything that's driving you crazy up here, so you take it off your burdens, then you mind map it all out of, okay, now the goals and dreams, we have the end goal. Let's build out this map. What is it going to take each and every day to be able to get there? What is it going to take? Like, where do I need to be in a month from now to be on track to hit this goal? Like if I want to get to New Jersey in 3.5 days, am I making good timing or not if I drive 2 hours a day? Or do I need to drive 8 to 16 hours a day? Like, how are we going to get there? And so once you actually set all these things up and set your goals so that hey, I need to drive 5-10 hours a day, whatever it is for this example, right? Then you're going to have these goals. You're going to aim for them. You're going to put in the hard work, the energy, the grit to be able to get these goals accomplished so that you're on track. So you can check off at the end of the day, like, hey, I put in my hours today. I did what was necessary to be able to hit my goals. I know when I looked at my goals on a weekly basis and I see everything that is needed to take place on a daily basis to be able to get there and stay on track, then at the end of the day, I hit that and I feel good. I feel accomplished. I feel on track. I feel enough. Like I feel like I'm doing my part to be able to, and it gets me excited because I'm one step closer. I'm another day closer. I'm a couple whatever it is, I'm that much closer to my goals and my dreams. And that should give you fulfillment. That should give you power on the next day, being that you're on track all week, maybe instead of driving the 5 hours that you need to drive every day, you're putting in extra hours because, hey, you never know what the next day is going to be. Maybe you'll get sick. Maybe there's things that come, there's an accident, there's different obstacles that life throws at you. So maybe that you're getting that momentum and you're feeling good today. I'm going to put in some extra hours. I'm going to get this much closer to my goals because I want to stay not just on track, but I want to thrive and be able to hit this a heck of a lot sooner. I want to hit my goals even sooner than what I was anticipating and expecting. Now, granted, in many cases, it's exactly the opposite. We anticipate we're going to get somewhere and hit our goals faster than what we do in some cases, but it really just depends on your determination. It depends on your motivation and how bad you want it at the end of the day, right? But when you have those goals set and then you backtrack on what is it going to take each and every day to get there, you're going to see massive confirmation at the end of the day. Like you're going to see the confirmation that you need to make you feel fulfilled to be able to hit these goals. And that is so, so crucial because we start losing our goals, our dreams, our motivation, and our creativity to be able to hit these things. Once we start failing, like you keep failing and failing at certain things. And then you start like the drive starts going away because you're just the negative and stinking thinking just starts coming to mind on a regular basis. Like, why even try? I'm probably just going to fail anyway. I'm not going to hit it. Like the pessimistic side just starts overtaking you. And then you can't even be creative anymore because it starts taking away. So you don't want to do that. You want to stay away from that. And even if it's small wins, like your goals can be whatever, but as long as it's small wins and you stay motivated behind it and identify and expect the unexpected, right? We live in a society that there's more distractions each and every day that come from left wing, sidetracked, like all different areas that we have no idea about that really makes things difficult, right? So when you expect the unexpected and you buffer in some time and some finances, some allocated, whatever is necessary to be able to hit and overcome the unexpected, then you start having some backup plans. Your tool belt is just fully filled up that whatever life brings you, you'll be able to conquer and just be able to overcome any circumstances that the world throws at you. But taking action on all this stuff is crucial, and as the world throws whatever it throws at you, it's going to either make you or break you, and you're going to adjust. That's just what it is. Like you're going to adjust because like that's your option. You can either give up, quit, or you can adjust and get back to it. And you can take some time. You can take a moment. You can pause. You can have a new season that's coming up. And that could have been a past season of hell that you went through, But how you stay focused and that mindset is going to determine whether or not the obstacles that come your way, whether or not you're going to let them conquer you or if you're going to conquer them. Right. So I just think all of that is so, so crucial. And the mindset is something that I personally didn't believe I acknowledged or focused on originally, to come to find like, yes, that was the biggest key component that prepped me and prepared me to be able to not just help others, but help myself. Like you got to put on your mask first, right? Like you got to hit your levels of accomplishments to start feeling good, get a little pep in your step, be able to help out other people and love other people properly the way that they should, so that you can deserve that same loving back and have respect for yourself, that you're not going to put yourself in situations that you're not going to receive that love back. You're going to put yourself in circles and areas that are going to pull you up instead of pull you down. So, just to kind of recap all this stuff, I'm bringing this up and not to make it about me, because it's never about me. It's about you and your breakthroughs, your goals, your dreams. But for some motivation factor here, if you would have told me several years ago that we were just going to host an incredible life-changing experience of an event down here in Tulum, Mexico, for 60 plus entrepreneurs and business owners and just real estate investors, like high level gangsters in their space, talking about credit, talking about life insurance, crypto, mindset, raising $36,000 for nonprofit that these people needed to build homes. To see the breakthrough that people deserve and to see the relationships, the memories that were created here. Like I've had heart to hearts with people, like people crying up from just the breakthroughs that they weren't anticipating or even acknowledged that they needed until they got in this space. Like we've been praying over the event space each and every day that we had it, but also throughout the whole week. Like we had not just myself, but multiple people. And it's just crazy. It's crazy to see. So in a million years, I would have never anticipated or expected that this type of breakthrough, like people getting engaged here, right? Like I never in a million years would have thought that this was going to be our reality until about, a year ago, we made it a goal. We made it a goal to do that. And we figured out what is it going to take to get there? What did we want this to look like? Like what type of experiences we wanted for people, what kind of breakthroughs we were praying for and anticipating and expecting. And then we really just backtracked to like, okay, so where do we start? Like, what do we need to do to get there? And it just all started unfolding and revealing itself one step at a time. And of course, it wasn't easy. And there was many sleepless nights. Like there was a lot of tough stuff. There was a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of preparation, a lot of team members, a lot of volunteers, a lot of, everybody just playing all out, but it was all well worth it. And it's the most fulfilling thing to be able to accomplish your goals and dreams. So what I'm saying here is like, we're making new goals and dreams. We're going to the next level. And I encourage you guys to come. I encourage you to go after your goals and dreams, to not give up on yourself and really break off the stinking thinking, get around good people, start developing these better routines, right? So that you can love other people better, so you can serve other people better, so that you can show up better yourself. And start off with the small, like light goals so that you can get the fulfillment you can get instead of setting yourself up for failure. It's just going to start dwindling down the wrong way. We want to go on that upward path in a bull market, right? I don't care what's going on in the world, recession wise and everything. And you want to just surround yourself with good people. You want to focus on the mindset, mind dump everything that you're keeping up here and really mind dump so that you can mind map your future, your goals, and take action once you figure out exactly what you have to do each and every day to be able to hit those goals. And you'll just see, you'll see transformation. And when life comes at you, and it will, so be prepared for it, prepare for it and adjust. Like when it comes, keep taking action, adjust, pivot, and keep going at it again, and you'll see the breakthroughs, bottom line. So I don't know who needed to hear this today, and I hope it was you. I hope that it served you to the very end here. But if you have goals and dreams that you're wondering why it's not happening, you're wondering what's holding you back, try your hardest. If you're anything like me, try your hardest not to think of this as rah, and I'm just listening to another podcast. Take it to heart and pray on it. Like write all this stuff out, all the gold nuggets that I just gave you, and treat it as gold nuggets, because what you think of something is how you're going to treat it, is how you're going to respect it, is how you're going to take action on it. So treat it as if it's the Holy Grail, and don't praise me up or anything. Like treat this as it's exactly what you need to be able to get your goals and dreams, and then focus on it. Like see what it's going to take. Hopefully it gives some kind of unlocking for you. And the mindset, it's going to be crazy different once you actually see just that fulfillment that's coming. Like each and every time when you're serving and helping out and just in your path, in your calling, right? So with that all being said, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Once again, everybody that actually did show up to Tulum for Credit Council Elite Retreat, man, I just love everybody that played all out and had such an incredible time and memories and experiences, long lasting best friend relationships, like just some fun that we had. And it was awesome. So anyway, do me a favor. Sharing is caring. Tag somebody in this that needs to see it. Share it out to all social media platforms, whatever it may be. Just share this stuff out. Spread the word, spread the message. If you guys are not yet subscribed to the podcast, Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, what are you waiting for? Do so right now. Take action on that. So hit that subscribe button. You'll get the newest notification every single Monday. And after listening to a couple episodes, leave that 5-star review. I want to hear your feedback. I love your feedback. Keep it coming. And yeah, if you guys need to connect with me at all, then do so on Instagram. You can check out Brandon Elliott Investments on Instagram. Otherwise, facebook.com/Brandon Elliott Investor. If you are looking to really get educated on credit, on like what we're doing in credit, what we were teaching this week in Tulum, and just all aspects of credit, how the banks and lenders are judging you, so you know how to play the game like real life Monopoly. Okay. How to be able to fix credit faster than anyone in the industry, but don't let the fix confuse you. What I'm more focused on is I want to show you how to be able to get $400,000 or $500,000 in new credit lines and even over $1 million in credit lines at 0% interest with sign up bonuses of 10, 15,000 plus, and be able to get all of this new credit lines at 0% interest so that you can leverage it into true assets like real estate. So you can do travel hacking. So you can just live your true like full potential so that you can hit your goals and dreams and not allow money to be the reason why it's holding you back. Okay. So if you're interested in any of that, for educate, fix, build, and leverage in Credit Counsel Elite and everything that we're teaching and being a part of the Credit Counsel Elite family, then check out creditcounselelite.com. That's www.creditcounselelite.com. Watch our latest webinar. It's about an hour long. It will transform your life, showing you all the possibilities. And then afterwards, you can book a call, a one-on-one call, a Zoom call with either me or somebody on the team to be able to help bless you. So with that being said, guys, I love you guys all. I'm going back to vacation. The water is beautiful. It is still see-through. You guys can almost see through it right here in the video, but I love you guys all so much. We will catch you on the next one, and you guys stay blessed.
This has been another episode of Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, brought to you by Brandon Elliott. For more information, please visit BrandonElliottInvestments.com. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Thanks again for joining. Until next time, God bless.